Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sturge here, and today I'm going to be showing you the TH15 Upgrade Priority guide that you can use to max out your base. Now, to make this guide a little bit more easier to follow, I made a progress base that you guys can use to showcase what upgrades you want to do first, all the way up to the last upgrades. Starting off with the most important ones towards the bottom left, leading all the way over to the right side where these archer towers are, going up to the top where these wizard towers, and then going all the way over to these bombs, which are the last things you want to upgrade at TH15. I'll have a link to this progress base in the description below the video if you do want to use it for yourself. To start off the guide, you obviously want to upgrade your town hall to the next level, which I have it at the very bottom, which is the most important upgrade if you obviously want to go to town hall 15. But you have 3 buildings that are the most important things that you want to get going and max out at the very start of town hall 15, which is the clan castle, the laboratory, and the pet house, which gets 4 new levels. So you want to max out all 3 of these so you can progress a little bit faster with these 3 maxed out. Now, when you are upgrading these 2 buildings, you want to upgrade the clan castle with a hammer of building, because this is one of the most expensive upgrades and almost takes probably the longest to upgrade at town hall 15. So getting that done with a hammer will help you in the long run. And the laboratory, you obviously want to get that done because once you get to town hall 15, you get a boost for your troops to the maximum level of your laboratory. So getting that done with a book will help you out a lot. And once you get your pet house to level 8, you will obviously unlock 4 new hero pets, and I'll give you a guide of what order you want to upgrade them to the max level. I also want to upgrade them in 5 level increments for each of these pets, because you will unlock a little bit of a boost for each of their abilities. The order I personally will be using is the Phoenix, Diggy, Frosty, and then the Poison Lizard, and then repeating that process once again to get them all up to max level. Each of the heroes get 5 new levels that I'll be upgrading periodically throughout town hall 15. I want to get them maxed out as soon as possible, but I have other priorities like storages and the new defense, which we'll talk about pretty soon. The order I'll be using to upgrade is the Queen, the Royal Champion, Grand Warden, and the Barbarian King. Now, you may notice that we have a few builder huts over here on the upgrade side. They aren't getting a new level, but they do represent the new buildings, with the master builder hut representing the monolith and the 2 regular builder huts representing the spell towers. I will be upgrading these to max level as soon as possible, because you can upgrade the spell towers to max level without upgrading these storages, and the monolith you can just use a hammer of building on it, upgrading it to level 2 since it only has the 2 levels. Also, with the town hall, I'll be also getting that up to max level at level 5. For 1, you get a little bit of an increased tile radius for the poison, and 2, I want to max it out just so I can see how cool it is on defense with the purple beams and the white accents. Now, you may notice we have the spell factory ahead of the storages. This is just a personal preference because I think the spell that comes with the spell factory upgrade is really cool and will change how things will attack for farming. So personally, I will be getting this up to max level as soon as possible, right beside the spell towers. I'll then be upgrading all the storages up to max level, because by the time the season pass resets, I'll have basically everything I just mentioned before completed, so I'll then have more capacity ready to upgrade the other stuff once the builder discount ends. The rest of the army buildings are pretty self-explanatory. They do cost a pretty penny with the army camps, and getting all 4 of them up will just be a hassle to complete. But the barrack and the siege workshop aren't really too useful at the moment. I haven't really seen too many good uses with the new troop and the new siege machine, so I won't be upgrading these right away, which is why they're at the very end of all of the storages and army upgrades. But if you like the new troop and siege machine, you can obviously use those ahead of the spell factory and the storages. They do cost a little bit, with the siege workshop coming in at 19 million, which is enough to upgrade, which you could honestly upgrade before the storages, but like I said, it's still just personal preference. Moving on to the defenses, the first thing I'll be getting up to max level is the Inferno Tower, since they are pretty much the most important defense to get up at town hall 15. The next thing I chose were the air defenses over the Expos, because they were getting more of a DPS and hit point increase, and I also just want to defend against air attacks because it seems like at town hall 14 that is mostly what people use. Then moving on to the archer towers, they are getting a slight increase in damage per second and hit points, but if you upgrade all 8 of them, they will deal a significantly more amount of damage if they all are maxed out. Another defense I chose over the other is the bomb tower before the wizard towers. The reason for that is they also, just like the air defenses, they are getting more of an increase in DPS and hit points, which is why I chose the bomb tower over the wizard towers. Moving on to the rest of the defenses, the cannons, obviously because of them only being able to attack the ground. The mortars only really be able to do damage against the flame flinger, and the traps, you can upgrade these in either order. I'll be getting the air bombs done first because of air attacks, and that's essentially everything there is to do with the buildings. We still have one more thing to talk about, which is the lab and everything to get going, which is getting a new level for troops and spells. Now, as I'm recording this video, the update isn't out just yet, so instead of going into the lab and showing you what upgrades I'm going to be doing inside of here, I'm going to be showing you that inside of the training tab with the troops and spells tab. Now, most of these upgrades are personal preferences, but I'm going to be showing you the most important upgrades to be doing at Town Hall 15 for your laboratory, starting off with the miners to go up to level 9. And when upgrading the miner, I recommend only using a hammer of fighting instead of just letting it run through or using a book, because it is pretty expensive and it also takes a long time to finish. And the miner is a pretty good troop to use with the hybrid attack strategy being really good army at Town Hall 14. So using a hammer on this troop will help a lot. Moving on to the next thing to upgrade inside of the lab is the heal spell to go along with the miner with the hybrid to go up to level 9 for this heal spell. I recommend using a book of spells for this one here to finish that off. And the other one for the hybrid army is the poison spell going up to level 9 as well, using a hammer on this one, costing over 300,000 dark elixir, which you want to be using on your pets inside of your pet house. So using a hammer on this one will help you a lot. The next 2 troops to upgrade will help you with your heroes and their hero abilities, with the barbarians going to level 11 and the same thing with the archers going to level 11. Both of these you want to use a book if you have them available, since they'll help you get further into the base with your hero abilities. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I will be getting the recall spell as soon as possible with that spell factory upgrade. So I'll be getting that up to max level after those 5 upgrades. With level 2, I won't be using a book on that one because it is around 11 days. Instead, I'll let that run through and use the resource potions on that there. But the other 2 levels, level 3 and level 4, I'll be using a book of spells. The final troop I recommend using a book or hammer on is the Electro Dragon going up to level 6, which is probably the most expensive and takes the longest time for a troop or spell inside of the laboratory for this update. So using a hammer on this one here will help you a lot with this upgrade, taking out over 20 days of upgrade time. Now the rest of the troops and spells are basically your preference of what you want to actually upgrade in order. For me personally, I'll be upgrading more of the hybrid with the wall breakers and the wizards going up to their next level at level 11. The lightning will be going up to level 10. The witch and golem, both of them going up. You could use a book on both of those because they do cost dark elixir. And the last 4 will be the giant, the minion, the jump spell, and then the finish off with the bat spell. Hopefully you found this guide helpful, and if you want to see it in action with a spending spree, then check out the video I have linked on screen if it is uploaded. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.